Alright, we're going to do an XAT camera thing. So you need to go to the XAT page here and get the Blender add-on and copy this Dalamud repo. And you're going to go into the game, open up the Dalamud settings, go to the experimental tab, paste the repo into one of these blank spaces, hit the plus sign that appears when you do that, and hit the Save Changes and Close button. Then you can close this. And you go to Dalamud Plugins, All Plugins, and when you type XAT, it'll show up there. So install that, and then leave it for now. You're going to go into Blender. You're going to go Edit, Preferences, Add-ons, Install, and then you're going to locate the zip file that you downloaded. Don't unzip the zip file. Just leave it as a zip file. And then you type XAT, it'll show up. Click the little checkbox, and that's it. You're good. When you hit the N button, it will show up on the panel here. It doesn't really have any options. That's fine. So I'm going to import an animation, which is the Eastern dance for Midlander male. It's an FBX that I made with the XAT standalone. Whoops. Good lord. There we go. So I'm going to use this animation, I don't know what you call this, the preset that comes with Blender. And as you see in this preview window here, the armature doesn't show up. So I'm also going to import a body so that I can see in the preview. So I'm going to attach the body armature to the animation armature, hide them both, go back to this animation window here, get out of pose mode because that's weird, and there we go. Everything's great. Okay. I also need to change this, make this 30 frames per second. This needs to match the length of the animation, which is 360. And I think that's it. Okay, I'm going to add a camera. It's in a weird spot. I don't know why that is. Let's try that again. Alright, that's better. I guess it adds based on your current point of view, so you might want to go front orthographic before you add it. As you see, it's in a weird place. If you hit the 0 key on the number pad, it'll show you from the camera's point of view. I'm also going to do it over here. Not a great view. Also, you go to the camera settings here. I'm going to make it 35 millimeter because I found that works better. But granted, I only have like an hour experience with this. So I'm going to want to move the camera on the y-axis back here just to start. So moving the camera, you'll probably want to be in the camera view mode, whatever you call this, camera perspective apparently. You just have the camera object selected and hit G, and you can move it around with the mouse. You can also move it, like hit X and it'll move just on the X axis, or Z and it'll move just on the Z axis. You can also hit the middle mouse button and then move the mouse back and forth and it'll zoom in. You can change this transform pivot point to the 3D cursor, and then when you rotate, it'll rotate around the 3D cursor. So R, Z, and it just spins around the 3D cursor, which is, I guess, useful if you want to do like a panning zoom type of thing. I don't know. I'm not going to mess with that because it takes a little time, because when you try to rotate in Blender, for whatever reason, it gets all weird. I don't know how to explain it, but you will see if you try to do it yourself. So you can animate this however you want. You can use the action editor and just add keyframes, which is a little tedious, but it's not that bad. Or you can use the timeline and turn on this record button, and then whenever you move the thing, it just adds a keyframe automatically. So that's a little bit easier. You could use the graph editor if you're comfortable with that. Oh. Do whatever makes you happy. See, it's getting weird now. It's not really rotating around the center. I think it's because I've moved it too much. It should be rotating around the... I don't know. I've done something and it's no longer rotating exactly the way that I expect it to. Whoa. Alright, that's good enough. I don't know, it gets a little crazy right here. Yeah, that seems better. Okay, so now I'm going to export that with the little panel thing here. And I'm going to put it on my desktop. I'm going to call it eDance3. Now I'm going to go into the game. Oh, look, it started raining. That's annoying. Clear skies, please. So you have to be in G pose for this to work. I would like the skies to clear up first. Okay, wonderful. So you enter G pose. You want to use this. You're going to want to make note of what the shortcut is. For me, it's 1 on the keyboard. So I'm going to pause all motion. I'm going to load up the Eastern Dance, and I'm going to apply it. But it's not going to start because I've paused all motion. I'm going to open the XAT. Well, I'm going to open the XAT plugin. Load that camera thing I just made. Check these boxes, and then this is pretty ghetto, but you just hit play and press the shortcut to unpause the animation at the same time, and we'll see how this turned out. Not that bad, actually. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty straightforward. If you actually take your time with it, I'm sure you could make some pretty cool shit, but I don't really care to do that. I just wanted to figure it out because people were talking about using a fucking PS2 controller or some shit like that, and yeah, I'm not doing all that. And I figured some people have gotta just be using this. It's way easier than like having a controller and finding out how to plug it into your computer and whatever. So yeah, just do this. A lot easier, probably. I don't know. I don't have a controller, so I couldn't really tell you. Goodbye.